Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. We are here again to share our thoughts, find solutions for African problems, and see how we can build a better Africa. So, I would like to share my view on why is Africa not benefiting from our resources. For instance, if you look in agriculture, Africa, we are not beneficiaries or more on agriculture or on agricultural products. For instance, you see nowadays Africans, we are importing food from outside of the continent. While Africa, we have horrible land, we have our own food here in the continent. But Africans, some of them are not benefiting from these agricultural products. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with us? So, in mining, this is the pandemic for Africa. Mining sector are not much contributing to the lives of the people. Look the lives of the people who live nearby this mining. You will be sick, you will be tired. What's wrong with us? And there's a tendency that is paining. Of course, we have to address this, that when we Africans, we discover resources like minerals, I don't know why our leaders think that we Africans, we can't operate. What the people do or the readers do is to find someone from China who have a capital, from Europe, from America, to come and start doing activities in that area. Why we are not building capacities to these people who discovered these resources? Look in tourism. Africa, we have wildlife tourism, we have attractive places. Who are going there? We have created the environment, and we even our psychologically we think that this tourist or tourism attractive is for white people. You will hear some people saying about the foreign currency. We use this tourist or tourism attractive to get foreign currency. What's wrong for we Africans to be the part of this tourism? Go to technology. Africans, we have discovered many things. When we discover it, you will see the one who discovered will not remain here in the continent. The last drain brain, they will go out. We have seen our good people. Let me give you an example in football. Of course, we know this is a business. People need money. But that is the reality. If you are the best player in Africa, you cannot remain here in the continent. You have to go to Europe. If you are best maybe in innovation, you can't stay here. What's wrong with us? Why we can't create a good environment to make sure that these talents are remaining here in the continent? And then we come out and say, Africa, we are poor. Africa, we don't have capacities. Africa, we don't have knowledge. But the knowledge, we left this knowledge to go out in business. Look who controlling our businesses. It's not Africans. These big companies are not owned by Africans. So what's wrong with us? So there are several reasons for such things, that why is Africa not benefiting from our resources. First of all, for me, according to my view, is lack of infrastructures. For instance, I have spoken this in agriculture, that in Africa there are some places where there is enough food, but because of lack of infrastructures, the areas where there is no, or there is a shortage of food, they cannot benefiting from the food from the area where there is a surplus. So we think that every food must go out. If we want to sell our products, We think about others. We don't think within. You can hear the people in the horns of Africa have a shortage of food. The people in some areas in Africa have a shortage of food. But if you find some places here in the same continent have enough food. And it is paining. For instance, you see when the conflict between Russia and Ukraine occurred, some Africans are crying with a shortage of grain. But in Zimbabwe there's enough grain. In Ethiopia there's enough grain. So why we can't import it from Ethiopia? We can't import it from Zimbabwe. It is because of infrastructures. We don't have good infrastructures to make sure that we Africans, we can supply our resources, our food products. The same to mining. Another issue is a lack of security. Of course, this is also the main problem. Apart from infrastructures, go to the security. As I speak to you now, Africa is not at ease. The new wound has appeared in Sudan. No peace, no rest. How can we benefiting from our resources without being in peace environment? Many parts of this continent has no peace. Look at the country, the richest country in this world, Democratic Republic of Congo, in terms of natural resources. It's not at peace. And we're expecting that we can benefiting from resources from Congo. This is the reason why Africa, we are not benefiting from our resources. We don't have security. That's why we argue the African Union, our African leaders, to create a single army, to come together, to create a single army that can fight with these some robbery and other disturbing things. But we are not ready, and we are crying. And when someone saying Africa, we are so rich, I ask myself, we are rich for whom? Who is benefiting from this richness? Look at the lives of our people, the lives of African people. It is amazing. It is paining. And then we come out and say Africa, we are rich. Yes, we are rich in terms of numbers and statistics. But is this richness reflect the lives of the people? How can you convince someone who is going to be born tomorrow that Africa, we are rich, while you live in poverty? Maybe poverty is a definition of rich. So we need to find a way to make sure that Africa has a peace, so that we Africans, we can come together and see how we can utilize our resources. Another thing that make Africa not benefiting from our resources is division. We are so divided in such a way we can't come together. We are divided in such a way, even our leaders, they don't have a single vision, mission. This is not happened today, no. Since then, remember Kwame Nkrumah said Africa must unite now. But because of division, we didn't unite. So why? Because of division. These divisions are keeping Africa poor. And always I'm preaching this. See, when we talk about United States, it is a united. I don't know, we mention these names maybe as usual. When you talk about, you say, I want to go to United States. You say United States. You see, they have united. That's why they are so the way they are today. I want to go to UK. What's the meaning of UK? United Kingdoms. They are united. They united. And recently, you see our leaders are attending the coronation of King of UK. So why we Africa, it is difficult for us, even we, to unite our small countries that we have. So division is another factor that making sure that Africa is not benefiting from resources. Another issue is corruption. We have corruption in this continent, and we think that we see some people keep money in Europe. They don't keep even money. They take money from Africa and keep in European bank in some area there, and those money are just not being used by Africans. And what is so sad, even these people who keep money there died. No one know that there is some money there in the bank. People hide money outside of the continent. So the time has come, I think, for we Africans to find the treatment of corruption in our mother continent, Africa. You know, I don't know why we Africa, we are so greedy. We have a appetite of being rich. Of course, everyone wants to be rich, but you become rich in the environment where other people are suffering. What do you enjoy? Do you think when you die, you will be buried in here? So we Africans, we need from now and then to find a solution for corruption, and it's about our decisions. Everyone where you are, say, let us stop this bad behavior, corruption. Of course, we are human beings. We made mistake. We have greed, but let us say this corruption is undermining the development of Africa. This corruption is going to undermine healthcare, to undermine our education systems. So let us stop. You find someone has huge money kept outside of this continent. Why? So this is unacceptable. Another issue that causing Africa that's not beneficiaries from our resources is politics. Africa, as I said, we are so divided in such a way. We are not coming together. So we have adapting politics from different parties, and this is due to those who are colonizing us. So, and these politics make Africa not coming together, and we don't have a single say as Africa. We don't have a single mission as Africa. Today we are talking about continental free trade area, but still we have visa. Visa is not free. We don't have the politics that can unite us. Everyone is thinking about elections and these small stuffs. I think the time has come for Africa to define our own politics, the politics that can develop our people, the politics that can feed our people. For how long Africa will continue to be fed by others? If you look in agriculture, our politics are not supporting our farmers. We sign some contract. You see nowadays, Africa, we are eating fish from outside. Forget about the grain. We are importing grain from Russia and the others. And even today, we don't have capacity to protect our resources. We hire Wagner and the others. You see, this is the kind of politics that we have. Of course, I think as Africa, we need to find the solutions in order for we to move forward. It is paining. 60 years after independence, you find some areas there's no electricity. You find some people are suffering, and these people are living in the area where there's resources such as minerals, such as gold. You find them living in the diamond presses, but the lives of these people are very, very, very difficult. There are some places where there's no safe water. Our water has been contaminated, and sometimes is polluted by mining, and these mining are conducted by other people. So you can see how we are just suffering. But all in all, we must find the solution. We, the current generation of Africa, we have the duty to make sure that Africa is changing. We change the story. Today we are talking about Kwame Nkrumah, Nyerere, Thomas Sankara, and others because they done their jobs. What about us? It's our time to do our jobs, to do what is good and right for our people. Africa needs us. For how long we continue to wait others to work for us, to use the taxpayer of others? We have resources. Let us use these markets that we have here in the continent. We have markets of 1.3 billion people here in the continent of Africa. Why we can't use that market? So it is paining, but through this we have something we can do, and challenge is always sometimes is an opportunities, so we can use these challenges as opportunities. So let me end it here. I have shared my views on the issue concerning about Africa benefiting from our resources. If you have something to add, please write in the comment section. But our aim is to build the better Africa, to achieve Agenda 2063. If we are not coming together, we can't achieve. This will remain in the document and will remain as a stall, as we say today about the United Africa. No action, but the documents are there to have one single army, one reader, but no implementation. But this current generation, I see, even our readers, I see they have vision of uniting this continent.